Irish still holding the advantage. Run, Papa Run will try to rally. Loch Ness Dragon in behind there into the lane. Distinctly Irish with the lead from the brave Run, Papa Run. Loch Ness Dragon now produced on the outside, but Griffiths switches on the afterburners, and there goes Distinctly Irish. She's sprinting right away inside the final furlong. This could be 10 Derby winners for Griffiths and Fiani. It's also going to be the 1500th win of Griffiths' career, and Distinctly Irish will win the Derby by the length of an airstrip. Here's Terra Fabulous.
Right, so the 2004 Derby there, the winner of that event, Distinctly Irish for Hammark Farms, Howard Hamilton and Company, the trainer Philip Fiani, the jockey Winston Fanner Griffiths, the call there by the ace commentator Brian Rickman. Now Brian, we have the Derby coming up on us on Saturday that came out as part of the 96th running. Cal's Manufacturing making a big do about the Derby, and you know the importance of sponsors to horse racing. In terms of the equine athletes who are set to star, 1,000 Stars ran a heck of a race in the Oaks to win. The Governor's Cup, Big Daddy Cool inhaled them, and Orpheus looked well in the race before the Governor's Cup. And of course, Future King, last year's champion juvenile, comes back. How do you see it shaping up among those horses?
Big Daddy Cool doesn't really have speed, but he'll stay forever and ever and ever. So this is a mile and a half. I don't want anybody to kill me, but it's evident that we're not really breeding steers like we did once, because the English bloodline is out. Right? So a lot of what we have is sprinters. They're sprinters. You know, who will get the distance? Orpheus is a good horse. I think he's more versatile than Big Daddy Cool. But a mile and a half is a mile and a half, and he will be closing in the end. Future King, I saw the previews on him the other night on television, and Wayne DaCosta is very pleased with him, very happy with how he's working. He ran, what was it, an overnight allowance and came third?
Yeah, well held.
We'll see. That's older horses, and some of them are some real tough knocking horses. So I would give the edge just on staying capability to Big Daddy Cool. If Future King and Orpheus and the rest don't get it, then you have left out one Nuclear Affair. That filly, I think she's
But if you're going to mention her, why not mention her conqueror in the Oaks, 1,000 Stars?
I would leave that alone.
I
wouldn't put everything on that defeat. There were a lot of questions being asked and a lot of things going around. She wasn't right. They didn't like how she was ridden. You know, what the truth is, I don't know. That's none of my business.
But you suspect she's coming back. If all is well, she's going to...
If all is well, she's going to run. No, if she can... and then remember the fillies allowance. Right? So they have an advantage by getting weight from the colts.
Yes, the 2 kilos.
Yeah, so, you know, it can go anyway. It should be an interesting derby. I don't think it's going to be a runaway for any one horse, which is what everybody would love to see. Right. Some competition.
You suggested just now that you didn't want to kill anybody by criticizing the breeding industry and the fact that not as many steers are being produced now as we had in the past. Your overall views on the state of the racing industry in Jamaica? It's been problematic for a while, as it has been in the rest of the Caribbean, a bit of a struggle. Racing not like it was 30 years ago, is it?
No, but then a lot of the big money left. A lot of the big money left this place, you know, years ago. So it's hard. I don't know. I think it can come back under right management. So everybody is hoping and praying that Supreme Ventures will be the right thing. You know, but we'll have to see. Sometimes government runs something, you have advantages and you have disadvantages. You know, so we'll just have to see if Supreme Ventures can pick it up and work it out. You know,
is the key though to back in the day, if we just use 30 years as a benchmark, as Lance has stated, which dates back to your involvement in racing. The racing families, the
Ashenheims, the Matalans, they're all
even
gone.
before that, if you go before that, the George Seymour come down, the big families who were involved heavily in racing. Do you believe that those days are gone and it's a new type of racehorse owner who's going to support the industry?
Well, it's showing already. Those days are gone.
Never to return.
I can't tell you that. I wish I could. I don't know.
Yeah.
Things change, you know, and remember the world is round.
Yes.
But you don't seem to have as fatalistic a view of racing as many people do. Even some people who go to the track every Saturday, never miss a race day. When you speak to them, it's all, oh my gosh, we're hanging on by a thread. It's all collapsing from the top in.
I'm praying that it's not so.
What do you think about
That's my living, so I have to be a bit optimistic.
Yes.
What do you think about Caribbean integration in the sport? That we've seen several Jamaican champion horses, Bruce on the Loose, Swing By, Big Man in Town, go to Trinidad and Tobago and really excel and, well, dominate the Trinidad and Tobago racing scene. Is that something good for regional racing?
I guess, and it's good for our breeding industry because the sales here, I haven't done one in a while here, but most of our clients come from Trinidad. You know, so
Stefan Narayan Singh, Merlin Samlal Singh.
We need them.
Yeah.
You know, we need them.
Very well. Well, Brian, it was our pleasure having you here, and it will be to our pleasure to hear you call the races on Derby Day. And we know you watch this program every day, so we'll say hi now and again.
You can. I'll be watching tonight. if my wife allows me.
There you go. All right. Brian's Funny Rickman, the voice of racing at Caymanas Park. We take the break. We come back with more.
Being chased all the while now by a perfect neighbor. Pochin will be asked a question as they turn for home. It's opportune with that lead. Perfect neighbor is the chaser. Pochin is on the rail in the blue silks. Hovercraft running on the spot in behind them. Opportune attempting to go all the way in the Lady Gita. Perfect neighbor trying his best to deny him and now begins to creep closer. It's opportune. Here's perfect neighbor with a well-timed run on the outside. Opportune faltering. Perfect neighbor gets up well ridden to beat opportune in the Lady Gita.